Warning: the following program is rated TVMA. Viewer discretion is advised. Jinn. Jinn were worshipped by many Arabs during the pre-Islamic period, but unlike gods, jinn were not regarded as immortal. In ancient Arabia, the term jinn also applied to all kinds of supernatural entities among various religions and cults. Thus, Zoroastrian, Christian, and Jewish angels and demons were also called jinn. The exact origins or belief in jinn are not entirely clear. Some scholars of the Middle East hold that they originated as malevolent spirits residing in deserts and unclean places, who often took the forms of animals. Others hold that they were originally pagan-natured deities who gradually became marginalized as other deities took greater importance. According to common Arabian belief, soothsayers, pre-Islamic philosophers, and poets were inspired by the jinn. However, jinn were also feared and thought to be responsible for causing various diseases and mental illnesses. Julius Wellhausen observed that such spirits were thought to inhabit desolate, dingy, and dark places, and that they were feared. One had to protect oneself from them, but they were not the objects of a true cult. In the Islamic sense, the term jinn is used in two different ways: as invisible entities who roamed the earth before Adam, created by God out of a mixture of fire or smokeless fire. They are believed to resemble humans in that they can eat and drink, have children and die, are subject to judgment, so will either be sent to heaven or hell according to their deeds. But they were much faster and stronger than humans. Jinn are distinct from an angelic tribe called al-Jinn, named after Jannah, heavenly creatures created out of the fires of Samum, in contrast to the genus of jinn, created out of mixture of fire, who waged war against the genus of jinn and regarded as able to sin, unlike their light-created counterpart. As the opposite of al-Ins, referring to any object that cannot be detected by human sensory organs, including angels, demons, and the interior of human beings. Thus, every demon and every angel is also a jinn, but not every jinn is an angel or a demon. Al-Jahiz categorizes the jinn in his work Kitab al-Hawayan as follows: if he is pure, clean, untouched by any defilement, being entirely good, he is an angel. If he is faithless, dishonest, hostile, wicked, he is a demon. If he succeeds in supporting an edifice, lifting a heavy weight, and listening at the doors of heaven, he is a murid. And if he is more than this, he is an ifrit. Belief in jinn is not included among the 6 articles of Islamic faith, as belief in angels is. However, at least some Muslims believe it essential to the Islamic faith. Jinn are mentioned approximately 29 times in the Quran, often together with humans, and the 72nd chapter named after them, Al-Jinn. They are also mentioned in collections of Sahih Hadith. One Hadith divides them into 3 groups, with one type flying through the air, another that are snakes and dogs, and a third that moves from place to place like humans. In Islamic tradition, Muhammad was sent as a prophet to both human and jinn communities, and that prophets and messengers were sent to both communities. Traditionally, the 72nd chapter is held to tell about the revelation to jinn and several stories mention one of Muhammad's followers accompanied him, witnessing the revelation to the jinn. Another Islamic prophet who is related to interactions with jinn is Solomon. In the Quran, he is said to be a king in ancient Israel and was gifted by God to talk to animals and jinn. God granted him authority over the rebellious jinn or marid. Thus Solomon forced them to build the first temple. Beliefs regarding Solomon and his power over the jinn were later extended in folklore and folktales. Related to common traditions, the angels were created on Wednesday, the jinn on Thursday, and humans on Friday, but not the very next day, rather more than 1,000 years later. The community of the jinn race were like those of humans, but then corruption and injustice among them increased, and all warnings sent by God were ignored. Consequently, God sent his angels to battle the infidel jinn. Just a few survived and were ousted to far islands or to the mountains. With the revelation of Islam, the jinn were given a new chance to access salvation. But because of their prior creation, the jinn would attribute themselves to a superiority over humans and envy them for their place and rank on earth. The powers that jinn were thought to have are the power to possess the living, invisibility, the power of shapeshifting to become dogs, scorpions, cats, owls, serpents, and even mists or sandstorms. The jinn are certainly powerful demonic entities with immense powers and a force to be reckoned with.